2 years ago, I hit the scale and I weighed almost 300 pounds, and I knew something had to change. I decided to make a change in my life. I decided to hold myself accountable and to get healthy. Hi, I'm Ryan Schimmel. I'm a pro wrestler here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel and following along with my pro wrestling journey. And today's topic is dieting. I know a lot about that. I weighed close to 300 pounds. And over the last 2 years, I've been able to shed 75 pounds. And while doing that, I also built muscle. If you're looking to make a change in your life and you want to see how this pro wrestler stays in shape, hit that subscribe button and help me out. The wake-up call. As you age, the pounds tend to go on little by little, and you don't notice them until one day you do. After seeing that 300 on the scale, I started to do research. And I knew the basics were eat less, do more. And that was for the first while, that was my end-all be-all goal. Eat less, do more. Eat less, do more. A lot of times when we look to lose weight, we jump full-heartedly and sometimes half-cocked, not realizing the toll it's going to take on us mentally or physically. If you've done dieting before, then you know what has worked and what doesn't. Short-term diets, crash diets, they do not work. You will go back to the way you regularly eat when you break down. So what you have to do is create new habits. The best part about trial and error is that you know what doesn't work. So if it doesn't work for you, then you're a step up over someone who doesn't know that. If you're just starting out, the world is your oyster. You can choose anything, but find something that's realistic and approachable and that you will be able to maintain for continued lengths of time. Remember, finding that motivation is the tough part, but once you take those first steps, they are life-changing. Discovering the right approach. The struggle of balancing restrictive diet with demands of your life are going to be the toughest things. You cannot deny yourself something. When you deny yourself something, all you're doing is thinking about it. And if all you do is think about it, then it's going to be impossible to get away from it. So, for example, for me, I love sweets. What I do is I will not deny myself. I will not say no sweets whatsoever. But instead of eating a box of cookies in a night, I will have 2 cookies. Set realistic goals for yourself in your diet. Diets aren't easy, but planning accordingly will always make it easier. As a pro wrestler, you can spend a lot of time on the road. And that leaves you at the mercy of fast food and picking food out of a gas station or whatever. Be mindful. Prep for that. Have healthier snack alternatives. There are things like jerky, cheese strings, and cashews. Those are my go-to snacks that I can always pack into a little plastic Ziploc bag, throw it in my gym bag, and I can have it for those roads. I personally don't like to eat a lot on days where I have a show, but that goes to my history and my playing as a football player. It's just a stupid superstition, and it's just something I feel like I play best when I'm hungry, you know? You have to start counting calories. They are going to be imperative in this journey of weight loss. You have to know what your macros are. Base everything on protein. Protein is the most important thing. And if you can have high protein and lower carbs, lower fats, good things will happen in your diet. Do not deny yourself fats. Your fats are needed. Your brain is 90% cholesterol, I believe. Don't quote me. But your brain is made up of cholesterol, which is a form of fat. So do not deny yourself fat. Fat is important, but everything in moderation. Again, keep your goals of your protein high. Again, for 1 week, just count your calories and see where your calories are coming from. Once you see where your calories are coming from, you can see which ones to reduce. You can see which ones you can take away and which ones you can't live without. A big key and takeaway for me that I've found worked is fasting. Intermittent fasting is great for those who can maintain not eating for 16 hours a day. But all that does is limit the time that you can eat. So if you're going to overeat all day, then it's by closing that window, it may be beneficial for you. For me and many people that I've passed this along to, the best results come in 36 to 48 hour fasts. Now, those may sound very difficult. Do not eat for 48 hours, but you don't start there. You build up to those. The health benefits of fasting for 36 to 48 hours are immense. And it's not just about the fat burning, and it's not just about the autophagy. It's everything that you get from it. I suggest you research long-term fasting and see if that approach might be right for you in your dieting. It does allow for a lot more abundance of nutrients throughout the week. Supplements can really help you out in achieving and attaining some of the goals that you've set for yourself. Number one supplement that I always suggest, and I will never cut out of my diet, is protein. With the rising cost of food and everything, protein is at a premium. So getting as much of it as you can as an affordable price is always best. Protein shakes allow me to supplement and continue a high level of protein without eating all day. So again, it fits really well in my schedule, and I love the benefits. My second supplement I would suggest is creatine monohydrate. Don't go on any of the fancy stuff. Go for the tried and true. 5 grams a day, that's what I take. I love it. The amount of benefits to drawbacks is insanely good. It's one of the most researched supplements out there. Time and time again, it continues to produce results. And my third, which you probably never heard of, is betaine anhydrous. Derived from beets, this has been proven in scientific studies in trained individuals. This is the key. A lot of these studies do on trained individuals. But if you've been trained for a long time and you're looking for something to help you get to that next level, betaine anhydrous can help you develop lean muscle while also burning fat. So it's a win-win. Again, do some research on it and see the benefits for yourself, and maybe it's something you would like to try. This journey wasn't easy, but it's worth it. If you're finding any of these tips helpful, hit that subscribe button. Maintaining that new lifestyle. As you continue to push, you're going to have highs and lows, goods and bads. There will be mental and physical hurdles you will need to overcome in this journey. And the goal is to stay disciplined. You're going to hit plateaus where you feel you haven't been going anywhere and you haven't lost weight. But remember, weight loss isn't a steady decline, okay? It's hills and valleys, but only when you step back and you look at it at the grand scheme of things will you see the general trend is to go down, all right? So don't weigh yourself every week. And if you do not take so much validation in that number then and now. Track it. See what it looks like in 6 months. And I guarantee you'll notice the trend will go down. While you're surrounded by all these unhealthy eating options, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. The most difficult thing about your diet is going to be making it sustainable. How can it last the long time? Because we all know the moment you give up, you're going to gain that weight back. Ask yourself the important questions you need to know. What can I not live without? What am I willing to give up? Find the medium ground. For me, I gave up pop. I haven't touched it in years. Where now I no longer intake any calories through drinking. So I find that the food that I get, I enjoy more. I enjoy the calories I get to eat because I actually get to eat them. I enjoy food, so I want to spend the calories I get eating, not drinking. Here's some tips that have helped me throughout that. Meal planning, thinking ahead, shopping, breaking down, prepping. If you have the time, great. If you don't, find suitable, quick options that work for you. One of my go-tos is a pound of ground beef and some Kraft Dinner. Be mindful of the things you eat. Think about what you're putting into your body. If you can get something that's less processed versus fully processed, go to the less processed version and work your way back to that processed if you have to. You'll find that most times out of that raw ingredient, you'll get what you were looking for. The rewards of change. Losing the weight and getting in the best shape of my life has been detrimental to my success as a pro wrestler. Losing the first 30 pounds is what pushed me into becoming a pro wrestler. So without losing that weight, I never would have become a pro wrestler, and I never would have started this journey, which I'm in love with since I've started. Reliving my childhood through moments of glory. But all that time, it was small little changes, time by time by time by time, that led me to my goal. It didn't happen in a day. And I'll tell you, for the first 3 months, it almost broke me. Working out, not eating anything I wanted to, going to bed hungry. It will be tough. I always say that we have an unhealthy addiction to eating. And once you break the cycle, you will be rewarded, and you will see it, and you will feel it, and you will thank me. Let me know in the comments which one of those you plan on implementing, or what kind of dieting tips and tricks you have. But remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. If I can do it, so can you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more insights on pro wrestling, fitness, in becoming an indie pro wrestler. So thank you for watching. Hit that like. Let me know your diet journey and tell me if it's been a success or are you still working at it. Until next time, welcome to the jungle where only the strong survive.